Hey, Star Wars fans. Little bonus episode of Rule the Galaxy here. Joe in the pilot seat. And hey, look right here next to me. If you're seeing this on YouTube, we've got Joey in the co-pilot seat. And we both just finished watching episode 7 of Book of Boba Fett.
In the name of honor.
In the name of honor. And so while we were here together having a breakfast show together, we thought we'd just come on and comment a little bit about the show. Joey, thanks for joining up and having breakfast and watching the show with me.
Yeah, there's only 7 chapters in Book of Boba Fett, and so we haven't gotten to watch one together in person. So figured what better than the finale, big finale, long finale, exciting, a lot of really cool things. I think a lot of different people are going to be happy on different ends, and I'm for the visual again. I'm rocking my Baby Yoda hoodie. Baby Yoda has fully returned and is back in our lives, thank goodness. And I know we'll get into that.
Yeah, so I think Joey hit on it. There's going to be lots of people that are really happy with this finale, and then there's going to be people who have huge expectations that are probably going to say, well, it didn't live up to this or that because of what cameos or what happened. But I think we really got the cameos we were going to get for this episode leading up to the finale. 1 through 6 was where we got all the new guests, all the new characters, so they could all come together in this final episode together and have some effect on it. So I, of course, threw out there some big, hey, what if we see this? What if we see that in the last episode of Rule of the Galaxy? But overall, after we watched it, I think we both just agreed it was a lot of fun. It brought a lot of things together, whether it was Baby Yoda, whether it was the Rancor, Cad Bane, Cobb Band, so many different things. The mods are back, which some people didn't like. I personally thought the mods were a pretty cool new part of the show. So, Joey, what were your quick initial thoughts on this episode?
Yeah, I thought Boba Fett is back. Boba Fett is back after the last 2 episodes of only having a minute of screen time and no dialogue.
Right.
And everybody was, is this Mando or Book of Boba Fett? And, failing to just kind of see bigger picture. The last 2 episodes were setting up for the future of, season 3 of Mando, for the finale of Book of Boba Fett itself.
Yep.
Because, look, the guy I'm wearing, Baby Yoda at Mando, those are... I tweeted it out. Baby Yoda, in my opinion, is the most important character to Star Wars since Luke Skywalker. In terms of cultural importance, fandom, casual, diehard, all of that, it's Baby Yoda. And so they're going to do everything they can, and rightfully so, I think, to, continue that story and let people in on what's going on with him and Mando, because they struck gold. But then in this episode... Yeah, everybody was complaining, too, about what happened to my badass Boba Fett, which I have a problem with because we saw Boba Fett for, 5 minutes in the original trilogy? In Return of the Jedi, this badass guy gets out from a failed jetpack scenario, and at the time we thought that's it. What is this badass thing that we had? I think it's all just built up in your own head. You've created Boba Fett to be that person. Right. But in this episode, you get Boba Fett in full force, and he's kicking ass and taking names, and is ruthless, and does a lot of really cool things. So I think those people who where's my badass Boba Fett, you'll be happy.
Yeah, I think seeing Boba Fett come back at the end. Let's briefly hit on it. We've all been thinking about and talking about the Cad Bane versus Boba Fett standoff. Since it didn't happen in Clone Wars. It was planned, it never happened, and we finally got that payoff here in the finale of Book of Boba Fett, where it wasn't the assassin cold-blooded killer that took out Cad Bane. It was the Tusken Raider Boba Fett that took out Cad Bane, right? He knew he was a killer. He knew he was a cutthroat guy, but he hasn't seen that Boba has changed, and the Tuskens changed him. And he used their fighting techniques and their weapons to take Cad Bane out. And I thought it was a really cool ending to that because Cad Bane had him, dead to rights, and he used those skills to defeat him at the end of the episode. I really liked the way they well, one, bringing R2 back into it to drop Grogu off back on Tatooine. That was awesome. But then I always look for other movies in Star Wars shows, other franchises in Star Wars shows. And I think when the Rancor came out, another thing talking about badass Boba Fett, people always said, well, I want to see the Rancor in action, right? I want to see what the Rancor is really like,
outside of
the cage, right? And so we get to see that. But for me, I kept hitting on, my gosh, just like watching a Godzilla or King Kong movie when you had the really cool battle droids going against the Rancor. Felt like that, and then him climbing that tower in Mos Espa definitely felt like a King Kong Godzilla kind of mashup with the Rancor. So I thought that was really great. And I think one of the key lines that stuck with me was right at the end when Boba looked at Finnick and said, we're not cut out for this. This isn't really our lifestyle. I think he thought it was going to be, but he sees that running a town and being this peaceful kind of mayor person probably isn't going to be set for him. And they said if it wasn't him, who was it going to be? And then we get that end credit scene with Cobb Vanth. I personally think he's going to say, you're a great leader. You're a great marshal. You've run that small Mos Pelgo, now Freetown. You've got the mods there with you. And it looks like you're going to get modified after you're getting shot by Cad Bane. Bring that all together, and we might see, a series in the future of Cobb Vanth, the mods, and running Tatooine. I don't know, but thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they definitely, for going into this, I feel like we all kind of thought it was just going to be a one-off seven-part series of Book of Boba Fett, but the way they left it off, it really seems like there's going to be some sort of continuation of that story, whether it be Cobb Vanth taking over and Boba Fett and Fennec Shand are kind of in and out, or if it's season 2 of Book of Boba Fett. I don't think we've seen the last of Tim Morrison and Ming-Na Wen together in those roles.
And I think we also got the payoff at the end with Grogu sitting in the back of the Naboo starfighter and wanting to go fast and being a typical kid, tapping on that window over. No, I'm not doing it again. Look, Disney has hit a home run. They know they've got a moneymaker with the combo of Mando and Grogu. They keep that rolling. People are going to keep throwing dollars at them left and right. And I think they sprinkled in enough new characters, enough old storyline into Book of Boba Fett to rekindle fans of the original trilogy. And seeing those battle droids probably reminded a lot of people of the prequel trilogy. So there's a lot going on there. But overall, really enjoyed it. I didn't think it lacked anything. Went into it with my Brent Dykman mentality of don't expect too much and just take what they give you and sit back and enjoy it, right? And I think that was great. I guess one thing I was maybe hoping was, like we saw the Book of Boba Fett trailer scene at the end of Mandalorian, maybe see whether it was Kenobi, whether it was Bad Batch, whether it was Andor, something like that at the end of this. But we can't win them all. So
yeah, I mean, I feel like since we have Obi-Wan Kenobi coming up in 3 months' time, 2 months, I mean,
May,
there. I feel like since when Mando season 2 ended, we had quite a large gap. We had a year gap until live action Star Wars returned. We had Bad Batch, obviously, but I feel like they didn't want, the post credit scene didn't live up to that Book of Boba Fett post credit scene because they're like, hey, we got Obi-Wan Kenobi coming up. We got, we have things that are happening. I mean, I think of, did I go into it kind of maybe thinking, oh, wow, how cool would it be if Han Solo and Chewie show up? We had heard rumors of that, kind of felt like, oh, this maybe could happen. A post-credit scene of Skywalker Academy where Luke is there and, maybe a young Ben Solo shows up and it kind of, I see where I'm not disappointed that didn't happen. I would have been really, really pumped and just jacked out of my mind if something like it would have happened, but it didn't. I mean, now we know that Mando and Baby Yoda are back together.
Yep.
They're in the Naboo Starfighter. They're going on to take on whatever's next. Mando, the Darksaber still. He whipped that out a few times again, which I thought was super, super great. I mean, we move forward now, heading into Obi-Wan Kenobi in May, knowing that Mando and Baby Yoda together again, going out in the galaxy. That Luke has officially started his Jedi training, academy,
Okay.
and that Boba and Finnick are kind of not feeling, being the daimyo or whatever, as they say. We didn't find out. So Jennifer Beal is definitely dead, huh?
I'm feeling definitely dead. Yeah, I didn't see any. I mean, that place was pretty cored out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was black inside.
But
yeah,
as we found out, just if you don't see the death on TV or in movies,
yeah,
you can see him again.
Well, speaking of that, I'm of the opinion right now. It looks like Cad Bane is dead. Are you?
Yeah, yeah. Boba definitely bested him. I don't know. I know we're such big Cad Bane fans. It's like you don't want it to be over.
Right.
You don't want him to even though you're rooting for Boba, at the same time you're like you don't want Cad Bane to die because he's such an awesome character. But I mean, yeah, it was straight gaffy stick right to the heart. I mean, he looked dead to me.
Looked dead to me too. And you know what? In all reality, he's had a good run. He was involved with the Clone Wars. He's involved in Bad Batch. So he's been around for quite a while in the Star Wars universe. So every good thing comes to an end.
I like how they brought that back too, and how Boba was like, I'm not a kid anymore. Like, so you took you back to those first interaction. When Boba was coming of age, back after Attack of the Clones and all that.
Nope, agreed. Well, if nothing else, Star Wars is great because it gives us a chance as parents and our kids and with friends and everything. We'll have the regular episode here later this evening with the crew and special guest Mark Anthony Austin. So you'll hear that shortly. But it just brings everybody together. And so, hey, what a better way to watch season finale of Book of Boba Fett than with my number one son Joey here and get us back together for a quick show. And look forward to plenty of things to come in the future. Unless otherwise, I think we're looking at Obi-Wan Kenobi in May. And I know I'll be ready to go for that, especially with some of the recent announcements of Inquisitors and different characters, things like that. So I have no idea what to expect on that one. All I know is Hayden Christensen, Ewan McGregor, Baru, and Owen are going to be in it. So,
Ice Cube's son.
Ice Cube's son's going to be in it. So tons of great stuff in front of us. But for Star Wars fans, just wanted to, while we had Joey and I together, throw this together, get our quick thoughts on it. 2 thumbs up for me. I really enjoyed it. Thought there was such great visuals and bringing the end to the story. And we'll see where it goes from here, right? So that's all I've got on Book of Boba Fett. Joey, any closing thoughts? Are you good to go?
Nope. Again, I echo what you said, and it's just when you look at it, it's just something that you enjoy and that you're passionate about, and that's fun, and that it's all in the the eye of the beholder, right?
Right.
It's however you want to take it in, and if you want to complain and moan and go all upset and it didn't meet my expectations or I wanted this, then you're not going to like a whole lot of stuff. But if you just are a Star Wars fan and just take it in, you're sitting there and you're watching Mando and Boba Fett are teaming up and they're flying they're using their jetpacks, and there's Yoda type species is cuddling next to a Rancor. I mean, what are we watching? We're so lucky if you just look at it that way.
Well, and to close up with this, my 19-year-old daughter was sitting and watching the show with us, and she's not an overly big Star Wars fan, really. But she watched. She liked the mods. She liked what's the Thatcher's? I forget her first name.
Thatcher.
Sophie Thatcher. She liked her character. So she was badass.
Liked Pelimoto.
Liked Baby Yoda.
Love Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Every time he's on screen.
When she's watching that and getting excited, and going, "Oh, that's really cool," Star Wars is made for different people at different times in their lives, and when we say, "Oh, we get to see Boba Fett and Mando, and this is cool for us," somebody like her is looking and saying, I get to see that Sophie Thatcher character. I get to see Pelimoto. I get to see Baby Yoda, and so it's different for everybody. But that's a good thing. We can have conversations with her about those characters right there. So, but that's it. Book of Boba Fett, number 7 in the books, and we're looking forward to seeing where it goes. Joey, thanks for coming by.
Oh yeah.
And till next time, may the Force be with you.